And I might throw in stripes. I have to see where the design goes as I get started. So if you want to reach out to me, or if you have any questions, all of my contact information will be below the video. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. I also want to give you a heads up that I have Canva Pro, which is the paid version of Canva that has a lot of different benefits to the free version. So if you want to give Canva Pro a test run, they have a 30-day free trial that you can use. You just click the link in the comments below. Just click the link and you will get your free 30-day trial of Canva Pro. Now, I am an affiliate, which means that I do get credit for you clicking the link. However, you won't be charged anything additional. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is hit Create Design. And I'm going to make it 6 by 9 inches. And I did a previous video on how to use brush strokes. So definitely feel free to check that video out. But that's why 6 by 9 popped up. But normally you would just type in 6, 9, and then select which one you want, which measurement you want. I usually always design my journals as a 6 by 9 anyway. Sometimes I might do 8 by 10, but most of the time it's 6 by 9. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on Elements. And I am going to choose flowers. And as you can see, Canva has a lot of different options. I think I might do this one. I have to see now. They've added some options since I've been in flowers. I usually like using flowers. So what I'm going to do first is click on free. Canva does have some paid elements that you can purchase, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go ahead and do free. So let's see. I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put it up in the cover. And I'm going to drag this one down. Now what I'm going to do is, though, I'm going to flip it. Wrong one. You know what? I'm not going to flip it. I am going to turn it. So that's way it's kind of facing each other. See how it's kind of like facing each other a little bit? But I think I have to put this over here a little bit. And then I'm going to add text. Now I have been working on a line of inspirational journals. So I'm with my inspirational journals, I'm creating individual pages where they each have scriptures on each page. So if you want me to show you how to do that or how I did that, comment below and I can definitely show you how I did it. But I'm going to see if I can find a quick Bible verse here. Let me see. Cast audio. We'll do this one. Copy, and let's see if it'll copy and paste for me. Choose heading. Uh-oh, not that one. All right, hold on. Let's go back. All right, let's do it like this. See if that'll work. Let me choose a different heading because I think in the last video I used that one. There we go. All right. And that he should be capitalized. Okay. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. All right. So I'm going to format this a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to pull it out. Now. And then where's the... So the purple lines help to show you how to put it in the middle. So I have the design here. And then what I can do is just basically change the background color. Make it something that'll kind of stand out. But you can definitely change the color. I always use pink. I try not to use too much pink. But I love pink, so. So I can make the words white. And you can have your basic cover if you want. Now, you can always feel free to add something different. So let's say we wanted to add like maybe a line through or a box. So I'm going to leave the flowers there. But let's say we want to add Got a line. I want to do box. So let me go back to elements. And I'm going to go to shapes. And let's say I wanted to add this. So what I could do is start it up here maybe. And I may have to play around with this. We'll see. But I could add a box. Let's make it, let me see, what color do I want to make it? Do I want to make it this blue color? Let's see. So if I make it the blue color and I position it backwards so that that way the flowers show up on top. See how they show up on top of the line? And then I can always, play around with the flowers so that it can cover as much of it that I want to cover. Let me turn this a little bit. Let's do it like that. All right. And then my words, I can change that to be the same color as that, or let's make it different. So I have, let me see, take that out. I have what's in my Chrome extensions is eyedropper, and it allows me to match the colors up based on the color I choose. So I'm going to use pick color, and I'm going to pick the color in the flower, and see how in the bottom right hand corner the color code is showing up. I'm going to do this one. So then when I go back up here, the color code came up. So now all I got to do is copy and come over to Canva, hit the plus sign and change it. And now it matches one of the colors of the flowers in my design. So then I'm going to pull it in. Let's see. Make it smaller. There we go. That's another style you can use. Again, the box, and you can actually buy like gold foil so that you're able to make this a gold color, which will really pop nicely on the covers. And then the last one I'm going to do, I know what I want to do. I want to show you guys how to do stripes and flowers. So I'm going to go to, let's use this. And actually, an easier way to do it is elements. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to type in stripes. There you go right there. How easy was that? And then I'm duplicating it. Now, the hardest part may be just making it even, but that's fine because for purpose of this tutorial, I really necessarily don't want it to be even. Well, let me see. And I'm going to show you why in a second. The reason why I said that is because I'm actually going to add a box so that it doesn't have to necessarily be as even as exactly even. So let me see. This one is kind of there. And then this one, I'll make it up a little bit. Okay. Now here's why I said that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to position that backwards, and hold on for 1 second. Sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and position this back so that the words can show. And I'm going to add a white background to it. Well, white box. So let's type in box and see what pops up. It's not what I wanted. Let me see. Let's go under shapes and do it. That's actually was a box with the line around it, and I don't want to use that one. I just want a simple box. So I'm going to make this white. All right. Let's see around this way. So I'm going to take the words, I'm going to position them forward, drag it in, pull it out. Let's see. On him. There we go, because he cares for you. Do I want to pull it out some more? I think that's probably the most I'll get. Now I'll make this a little bit on the bigger side. All right. So what I'll probably do is drag this up a little bit and then maybe put this right here. Let me see. No, I don't want to do that. Let me pull it up a little bit. Let me see. Maybe pull the box down a little bit. Let's see. All right. So make the words a little bit smaller. So that is around. But you know what? I don't think I like that too much. So I'm going to play with this a little bit more because I don't think I'm really feeling how that looks. So I may have to play with this a little bit more. I'm not sure yet. But I'm not really feeling how it looks. So we'll see. I'll keep it like this for now until my other parts of the design come together, and I might change that. So we can make this, I'm gonna make it black. I probably will change this to, you know what? Let's make the stripes black too. And I'm gonna show you why in a second. So I have the words right here. And what I'm gonna do is add some flowers to it now. And let's see. And you can add a whole, a lot of different types of flowers. Let's do, let me see. Let me see if I see any that kind of jumps out at me because I know what I want to do. Let's start with this one. Let's see. And some of the flowers, some of the good things about the flowers is that depending on which ones you choose, you can actually change the color. So let me see. All right. Why are you not doing what I want you to do? I'm trying to pick a certain style that I can put flowers up in the corners in order to cover up some of the, or to break up some of the black and white. So that's actually what I'm looking for. In case you're wondering, why is it taking this woman so long? I don't like that one. And again, you can choose whatever flowers work for you. Like I said, for purposes of this video, I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas. So if I bring this in a little bit, you actually make it a little bit bigger, put it in the corner. Then I can duplicate, bring it around. Kind of like this a little bit. Let me see. And I probably have to turn it because I'm trying to get it so that it's almost like it's facing each other. Let's see. And sometimes this is what I will do. I will, drag it up to the corner so that I can see if I can get it to match perfectly. And then inside of here, I can position this forward. And even though the word is on there, it's still fine. If you want it, to be smaller, you can always, of course, pull it in and make it smaller if you prefer not to have the flower on the word or the word on the flower. So that's one way of breaking it up a little bit. And like I said, you can always play with the size. So now, there we go. And then I can actually make this a little bit bigger. And that gives a different feel to it with the stripes. But again, I probably would have it on the words, just depending, or maybe push the flower up if I was like this and I'm not having it on the words, which means I would have to push that flower up and turn it around a little bit so that it's like still in the corner. So that's one way of doing it. Or um, another thing you could possibly do, put this right here for right now, and I'll probably adjust that a little bit. Another thing that you could do is also make this, instead of using that one, you could probably do the one that I mentioned earlier, as far as with the box, but use the box with the line around it. So let's see. And another design just came in my head. So you could always do it like this, and then just change the colors on the inside, make that white. Maybe make this pink just to kind of make it stand out, and then position it backwards so that the words show up. Again, just to add something a little bit different. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of these down, I think. Because that's really bugging me now that it's not even. Let's make this bigger. So if I make this out and make it a little bit bigger, I may be able to have it so that the sizing works out for me. Let's see, I may have to drag it in a bit. Drag this in a little bit. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit better about it. It's still not picture perfect, which is fine. Um, you can always play around to get it to how you want it to be. But you can change the box color if you want. And then again, add a flower. And like I mentioned before, some of the flowers you can change the color. Let me see if I can find one where you can change the color. Okay. That one you can't. I'm gonna try to find. I know this one you can. So this one is a flower that if you look up here, you can change the colors if you want. So I'm just gonna change it real quick because I don't want this video to be too long. And I'm gonna turn it. Let's see. Let's make let's make that green. Let's make that pink, and I think that's a nice shade of yellow. So let's make this a little bit big, up in the corner a little bit. I think I want to turn it, and then I'm gonna copy it, and I want to flip it. Maybe I don't. And a lot of this is really trial and error. I'm not, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of it is just, trial and error, seeing what you like, seeing what goes with it. You might be like, no, that doesn't work, and it's okay. Canva, one of the things I love about Canva is that it gives you an opportunity to play around with it to see how you want it to go. And I don't even like that, so I think I'm gonna go a completely different route and just have this in the corner. Let it just be the one flower in the corner. I think the way I had it before was actually perfect. Might just have the one flower on the side and then just make this box a little bit bigger and maybe pull this over here a little bit. And you can have it like that. Another way too you could do is delete that, add a box, And then when you add the box, drag it all the way out. And I'm going to show you what I mean in a second. So you might want to do this and drag this all the way out. Make it white. Position it behind. Nah, I apologize. There we go. If you don't. Oh my goodness. There it is. You could do it like that too. And then that way, if you see it's taking up the whole side, and that way you have that whole white space to play with. And again, you can kind of put it there as well. It's up in the corner. Let me see if I can find a different flower. And the flowers, sometimes I get them from, what you call it? I get them from um, creative market. I get it from Etsy. You can get the flowers on Canva. However, whatever makes whatever you want to do. Let me see. How am I feeling about that? Not so much. Let me see if I can find a different one. And I have found with Canva, if you scroll through it, you'll actually find some really, really nice designs. You just have to kind of play with them a little bit. So I kind of like this one. I may use this one for a future one. I have to see. But I kind of like this one for some reason. I'm not sure yet why, but I do. So I may use that in a future design. I have to see. Let's scroll down a little bit more and see if we see something else that might jump out at us. Okay. Let's see. And then you can turn it. And have this right here. Duplicate, flip. Let's see. If we flip and then maybe something like that. And then you probably may have to either make this smaller or the words may have to make the words smaller. So if we drag it in a little bit, depending on what you want the focus to be on. And it actually fit pretty nicely. And just maybe pull this over a little bit. There we go. You could have it like that. And it's a little bit, I noticed, these two are different. But again, this is just to give you an idea of the options that you have. And you can definitely, do what works for you. Or even I could probably take out the verse and even have more room. Like if I was to take this out. But again, I just kind of want to give you ideas on how you could use Canva to design your next cover. Oops, undo. I actually wanted to bring that to the front. So, again, this is just to give you some ideas. I did this on the fly, but I just wanted to get the juices flowing so that you can see that you definitely have options in regards to how to, design for Canva. And you can design a cover. I'm sorry, I saw this flower and I'm like, okay, so I can pull this in. And I could even make a duplicate and kind of bunch it up a little bit. And then group it all together. I'm gonna move this over. Maybe put this over here, this over here. Group, duplicate. Undo. So what it did was it actually grouped everything together, which is funny. All right. See if I can try this again. Oh my goodness, it still has it grouped. All right. So I'm gonna just click and hold down the shift key so that way I only do the ones that I can only do the flowers. You're gonna turn it instead of flip it. Middle, side. I've always liked that flower, so I think that's why I kind of wanted to do something with it because I just always liked this flower design. But that's another thing that you could do, just to add some, add some flavor. You can have the flowers going all the way down the side. Just get as creative as you want to. But just wanted to show you I give you some ideas when it comes to covers. If you have any questions, post in the comments below. And also, if there's any videos that you would like to see, definitely feel free to reach out to me and I'll see what I can do. All right. My contact information is below. Have a great day.